A legal firestorm, it's brewing today over this major clash between record companies and AI music services. The Recording Industry Association of America filing copyright infringement lawsuits today against two separate companies, accusing them of training their AI models on copyrighted music without permission and then spitting out AI-generated music that essentially sounds like other artists. We reached out to both defendants. One company's CEO just got back to us, the CEO of Suno, saying in part this: "We would have been happy to explain this to the corporate record labels that filed this lawsuit," and then in parentheses says, "and in fact, we tried to do so. But instead of entertaining a good faith discussion, they've reverted to their old lawyer-led playbook." I want to bring in NBC business and data correspondent Brian Chung to break this all down for us. There's a lot of confusing stuff in all this. I think for those folks that are not necessarily familiar with kind of AI-generated music scene, they're saying, okay, wait, what's going on? What are they doing?
Yeah.
So walk us through that and kind of why these record labels are so angry about what's happening.
Yeah, well, this is kind of the next natural evolution of the conversation on AI with copyright, right? Like, who owns this property? If it sounds like someone's voice, then who's liable if they try to copy that voice? Now, there are two defendants in this in these lawsuits that we're talking about. Suno, as you mentioned, which got back to us here at NBC News. But then the other company is this company known as Uncharted Labs. They have a software known as Udio. And interestingly, this is the software that's behind very prevalent songs. One example being BBL Drizzy. This is a song that was at the center of the spat between Kendrick Lamar and also Drake. So this is technology that is being heard already by millions of people. But we have to remember that what's in the suit right now concerns a lot of the artists that are on these record labels. There are major record labels as part of this suit, and the RIAA, which is basically the association that represents the industry, saying in a statement or in the lawsuit, unlicensed services like Suno and Udio that claim it's fair to copy an artist's life's work and exploit it for their own profit without consent or pay set back the promise of genuinely innovative AI for us all. And, you know, we have to remember that this type of software is very good. This is not just kind of, you know, a few tunes and few beats being put together. In fact, we actually had asked Udio, this is one of the companies and the softwares at the center of this suit, to generate a response. Take a listen to what they generated.
They got their eyes on you for the tunes you share. Labels coming after like they own the air.
And again, we asked them to generate that. This is not a statement from Udio, but you can see, I mean, those lyrics clearly take the side of AI.
Yeah.
Very interesting there.
Yeah. So what are the larger implications of all of this?
Yeah, well, the implications are that it's going to open up a real kind of legal Pandora's box in terms of whether or not it's on the AI companies or on the record labels to prove that they actually have the right to use these voices.
I feel like we kind of went through this iteration, a different iteration of this with kind of the dawn of Napster, right? In the music,
certainly, yeah.
music business.
And in that case, it may have been a little bit more clear-cut because they were ripping the actual songs themselves.
Right.
And, you know, this is a little bit less clear. It might not be the exact same song, but in the legal filings, they did an example of a Michael Bublé song and said, look, this AI actually generated a melody that was virtually identical note for note. And they actually showed the notation out there.
Wow.
But is that enough if the voice is not Michael Bublé's, right? That's where a court is going to have to decide, a jury or a judge, this is the exact same thing, or it's an artistic representation of something that already exists.
Artistic representation.
We'll see.
Yeah. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it. That's really fascinating.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.